Saturated and unsaturated solutions. The term saturated solution is defined in chemistry as a solution in which no more solute can be dissolved in the solvent. The solution is saturated when any additional substance results in a solid precipitate or is let off as a gas. A saturated solution is a solution that contains the maximum amount of solute that is capable of being dissolved. Think of the word saturated as meaning full. The solution is full of a solute and cannot dissolve any more of it. An unsaturated solution is a solution that contains less than the maximum amount of solute that is capable of being dissolved. Table salt NaCl readily dissolves in water. Suppose that you have a beaker of water to which you add some salt, stirring until it dissolves. So you add more and that dissolves. You keep adding more and more salt, eventually no more of the salt will dissolve no matter how long or how vigorously you stir it. Why? On the molecular level, we know that action of the water causes the individual ions to break apart from the salt crystal and enter the solution, where they remain hydrated by water molecules. What also happens is that some of the dissolved ions collide back again with the crystal and remain there. Recrystallization is the process of dissolved solute returning to the solid state. At some point the rate at which the solid salt is dissolving becomes equal to the rate at which the dissolved solute is recrystallizing. When that point is reached, the total amount of dissolved salt remains unchanged. Solution equilibrium is the physical state described by the opposing processes of dissolution and recrystallization occurring at the same rate. When the solution equilibrium point is reached and no more solute will dissolve, the solution is said to be saturated. A saturated solution is a solution that contains the maximum amount of solute that is capable of being dissolved. At 20 degrees Celsius, the maximum amount of NaCl that will dissolve in 100 ml of water is 36 grams. If any more NaCl is added past that point, it will not dissolve because the solution is saturated. What if more water is added to the solution instead? Now more NaCl would be capable of dissolving in the additional solvent. An unsaturated solution is a solution that contains less than the maximum amount of solute that is capable of being dissolved. When 30 grams of NaCl is added to 100 ml of water, it all dissolves, forming an unsaturated solution. When 40 grams is added, 36 grams dissolves and 4 grams remains undissolved, forming a saturated solution. How can you tell if a solution is saturated or unsaturated? If more solute is added and it does not dissolve, then the original solution was saturated. If the added solute dissolves, then the original solution was unsaturated. A solution that has been allowed to reach equilibrium, but which has extra undissolved solute at the bottom of the container must be saturated.